even know what I'm typing. Loitering in vestibules.
Tiptoe through tulips with me. Hey, there he is, D-Money.
Hello.
How's the song?
So I was just getting a couple of extra seconds now.
So, how's it being a man?
How's it being a man? Oh, it's fantastic. You just get to wank easy, piss freely. What else? No periods.
Yay. I'm jealous.
How are you?
Good. Just settling into the new job, which is fine, and I'm glad that I made the change.
What should the theme of this be today? Or should there even be a theme, or should we just chat?
Quote of the day from that account. That's our favorite. The one that's like,
okay, yeah.
I am beast mode, and there's a picture of like a wooden chair, like just so irrelevant. Game/Q&A. Don't remember what that was about. And top 3 list. Like, I was thinking, because we haven't traveled in so long, it might be funny to reminisce about top 3 like nastiest hostels, including our Cambridge hostel.
What's the games thing?
I don't know. I wrote game/QA, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
It might have been gold. It might have been absolute gold, but we'll never know now. It's definitely slave labor fashion.
Oh, for sure.
There's no middle ground. It's either you pay £1,000 for a t-shirt or it's disposable fashion. There's no in between.
I love that shirt.
I've just realised I am in a sauna. Oh. Well, I could go there.
What does that say?
That's a desk and a chair.
What does it say? It's literally set up for you.
Why did I decided to go in the sauna? Isn't it?
It's like the perfect setup.
It is, and I walked right past it. Like now. Just went, no, there's nowhere else.
Can you tell me why is there no one up there? Because I feel like in an apartment building, it would be flooded with people.
Everyone's fat, lazy slobs and don't want to use the gym.
That's very true.
But not me. I'm using the gym.
Fat, lazy sluts that don't want to use the gym.
Influencer. Yeah, for influencer.
The title of today, for sure.
Oh dear. Are we going to release this? Are we just going to release this? Are we going to release this?
Oh my god, are we going to release? Or should I talk to my
Are we going to release
first?
In case we say anything risque.
Fat sluts that join the gym.
I'm in the mood to just release it. I can't be bothered with this whole let's come up with a name. Like it's just, I feel like we're getting bogged down with small details, which is, well, I don't know about you, but classic me. Like my blog, the blog took years. It would literally be like, oh, there's an ant crawling on my screen, so today's not the day.
So true.
I say that, and then I feel like if we get like 3 people viewing the video, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna like do a reaction post like, I just feel very attacked right now.
You know what I think it is too? Because I think I know the kind of vibe that I want, like our videos and like the editing and stuff, but I don't know how to do it. That's like,
and also I'm lazy.
I'm a lazy fat slut that doesn't go to the gym.
I'm a lazy fat slut that does go to the gym but doesn't use it for the purposes it's intended for. I can't edit. I can do a half-assed job. I get about 1/3 of the way into any project and go, I'm gonna leave it now. I'm gonna pour myself a pineapple juice. And then I'll just have a 10-minute sit down, which turns into 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I never want to touch that again. And I'll make an excuse in my head and be like, it was absolute trash anyway. So I think I've just realized why I go in the sauna. Yeah, I just realized. I'm going to go back in the sauna. There's like this weird whirring noise that goes off every minute and a half. It just goes like, boom, Ooh, that is why I go to the sauna. I forgot about that.
The ghost that's in my picture is in your sauna.
Yeah.
That's what's making the noise.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me another story about the ghost, in which I want to have another story about the ghost.
Unfortunately, I did not think this.
Or maybe we can have the theme of today as ghosts.
Okay.
And I have zero stories about ghosts.
Let's do a theme about
But
ghosts.
you,
I don't have anything. What's it?
yeah. Didn't you have a ghost in New Zealand though?
Yes, we had a ghost. I don't know her name. She is yet to be identified, but it was so creepy. We had these stairs that like.
But it's a she.
It was a she because she looked like she had a feminine presence, but also she wore this like white dress and had like long like brown hair and was like a girl, like a young girl, like a kid. And
Yeah.
what?
You just cancelled us. There's a myriad of factors that could go into this. You've ruined this podcast. As you scratch your neck, she had a feminine energy. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was actually me. It was just me walking down the corridors, stealing your food. I think your like flatmate inhabitant ghost is probably better than quite a lot of my flatmates that I've shared. Did I tell you about Heath? Heath.
It sounds the name already gets me angry, but what happened? I feel like I don't really remember.
Natalie was staying for 2 weeks. It was around the time of the earthquake. And he just bounded in the door one day. I'd met him, I think, one time. And then he just came. And when I say through the door, I mean like through the bedroom, my bedroom door. And me and Natalie were just like in bed watching, I don't know,
anything.
The Emperor's New Groove. So like that. He just bounded through the door and was just like, oh yeah, so didn't say hi or anything. It was just like he started rambling on about nothing. It's like, do you ever have like rats and blah 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 blah? Like, do you have rats up here or is it just down there? It's like one time there was this big massive rat and then it was just like crawling on the floor and then it just got on my leg and I just went, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. And he was imitating stamping on a rat. Natalie and I were both there like, yeah, stamping on a rat. All I felt was Natalie's hand just go and just like land on my leg as a like sort of never ever, don't leave me. I can't be alone with the like. I don't know whether she foreseen me going like, I'm just gonna get a glass of orange juice from the kitchen. He just went off on one. Hardly saw him again. At the end, I was so poor. I'm such a millennial. I was so poor, I treated myself to a small wheel of camembert.
Oh.
And you know how expensive that is in New Zealand? Yeah. Cheese is insane.
I thought it was called camembert because someone brought it to work and I was like, what's camembert? And they all burst out like, it's camembert.
It's a commemoration cheese. It's for everyone who's passed. I bought the camembert, no crackers or anything. I went, that'll be my treat. That'll be my treat for the week because I was doing lifeguard training.
Oh, yeah.
And I was working at L'Occitane, which was abysmal. Put it in the fridge, obviously. I was like, I'll have it later. And then I went down the next morning to get ready for work. The cheese had gone. He'd taken the cheese and there was only one left. There was only one flatmate left. So it's not very clever. If there was still four of us, I'd be like, well, there's like three of you it could be. But it was just me and him. The flatmates were characters. So he steals the cheese. And then I'm like, I've had enough. This week can't get any worse. So I message him and go, Heath, so I think you've stolen my cheese. You know it wasn't your cheese because there was nothing else in the fridge. You don't have any you don't have any food, never mind cheese. I want it replaced because I can't afford anything else but this small wheel of camembert. Which sounds insane. It's like, I can't afford food right now. So if you could replace that wheel of camembert that I had, he'd replaced it and put it back in. I was like, okay, great. My faith's been restored. The day after, went back, the fucking wheel had gone. So he decided to buy a new one, go, yeah, that was out of order. And sort of like hovered around the fridge and went, but it is camembert. Like he literally could not stop himself. And then he just ate the cheese again. The next day I went for a shower. I stepped out of the shower and I stepped onto something soft and squidgy. It was perfect,
cheese?
you know, Malteser.
The camembert?
It was, well, it could be. It was this fucking excrement. It was in like this perfect circle.
Wait,
Looked like it was like a poppet of poo. And it wasn't rat poo. It wasn't rat poo. No, it wasn't an animal poo. It was human poo. It was human poo. And it was right next to the toilet. It was like, you did your main poo and then went, oh, just do a little tiny cheeky one on the floor. So stepped in his poo, he stole my camembert, and then the final disgrace was he took the modem with him. So I had no internet for like 5 days.
What the
And I'm
hell?
across the world from everyone I know and love. And he went, there won't be any repercussions if I take the modem. Took the modem.
Fuck. I remember where you lived on Arrow Street when we went to like the rugby game, and then you said I had no friends.
Yeah.
There's like 40 people. Not that.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a delay. I remember there were stairs. There was like windows. I remember the house now.
Wow. I mean, that was the distinguishing features of that house. I mean, what house has stairs and windows? One flatmate I'd seen him one time in about 6 months. Okay. And then I saw him the second time, which was the day he went to pick it up, and I had to lob his mattress from my balcony onto the couch, which broke the couch.
I remember now because I think the first few months after Cambridge Hostel, RIP, was we didn't hang out for like a really long time, and I think that's when you were living at that house, because I remember one time we did yoga, and I remember you coming from the left side of the street, but I repressed that right this like 5 minutes ago. I thought, like, at first I was like, are we friends? And then like, we know when you invite people, it's like, these are my friends or whatever. So it's like, I don't know if I didn't think you didn't like me or something, but like, I was like, we barely talk. So I was like, I don't know if he likes me, anything to like do something fun. Like, I don't care.
As you pound back what I imagine to be a tequila.
Yeah, straight up vodka. We did win trivia once. Didn't we get like 3rd place and we got free tequila shots? Remember?
I love that quiz because everyone won something off that wall. We won a pitcher of tap water, and I remember being distinctly like, like I was living for it. I loved it.
Yeah.
And like it made the other people who won a bottle of wine, they were all like, you know, when it almost looks like they're a little bit jealous of the pitcher of tap water. Why are they having such a good time?
Can you please post a picture of what that tap water portrait looked like? Because that sounds like something I want to be involved in.
It basically looked like I won the World Cup and I was holding the trophy up. It was a picture of tap water.
Dirtiest place in the world. Heath's house, Cambridge Hostel, and then what's the third?
Cambridge what? Cambridge Coxtel.
He said Cambridge Hostel. It can't speak English.
Even though I did step in human poo. I'm not sure I can let Cambridge Hostel get away with that.
I'm sorry. What's worse, stepping in a fully round piece of poop beside a toilet, or putting it to forks?
I know it was human poo, but looking back at it, I was almost impressed at how cylindrical it was. It was It was so smooth. It's like, I don't know,
No.
like, it seems almost like he had some kind of vessel to make a perfect ball of poo. I don't know.
Was it the cheese? Because
But
because the camembert?
I'm thinking, I was like, I think you're lactose intolerant. I think that's the problem. So stop eating my cheese.
Or he ate the dead
My,
rat.
my poor, my breadline, poverty-stricken cheese wheel of camembert.
Oh,
I want to justify that in case I get like posh shamed or something. Like I had $16 in my bank account to last me like, I think 15, 16 days, and I used $6.50 to buy that wheel of camembert. That got eaten by my flatmate anyway. I've got my priorities right. Buying a wheel of camber. So I would argue that they don't even reach the top 10.
they didn't make the top 10?
They don't reach the top 10.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Maybe
What?
9.
You know what?
Maybe just about in the top 10.
Okay, that's stepping on human poop is if that's not your top 10, I really want to know what else. But now that we're talking, I have like all these memories. And I remember when I was we were in Bristol and we were going house hunting for you, but we were staying in this nasty ass hostel. Like it was so like 50 pounds a night, and it was like literal
hideous
garbage. Like I'm pretty sure we slept in a dumpster. Like
we were downstairs from a nightclub.
a bowling alley.
So we were basically next to garbage. I think I heard someone come out that night. I've just been having feelings for men. So, I think it was like meant to be an intimate moment in the alleyway, and we're just there like, shut the fuck up! Nobody cares! It's 2017! That was the time I went down for a job interview, and then I've shown you the sights of the western side of the UK, and I took you to a pound world.
Pound Town and
Pound Town! Oh my God.
What was it called? Wigglesworth? What was it? That restaurant?
Sorry, say that. Pound Town and Wigglesworth.
What was it called again? I always hear about it.
That's the Britain I want to live in. If they had a Pound Town and the Wigglesworth, I'd be there. I think you mean Pound World and Weatherspoons.
Weatherspoons.
There was a TV show on called Loose Women. Do you remember that?
Called
and
what?
The food was so mediocre. It was called Loose Women.
No.
You blocked it out of your memory. Women going like, oh, I wouldn't mind him sliding down my pole. You know, just like making all these innuendos that don't even make any sense.
I remember being at that stupid Witherspoons, and she was like, it took like 45 minutes. And I was
Please call it Wigglesworth from now on.
Wigglesworth. And they were like, they took so long to get the food, and I was like, I was like, oh hey, like can I just follow up my food? She's like, oh, it never went in. I'll get it for you now. I was like, you never put in my order? Like I was so mad, and it was
you still got PTSD for that. I saw your eye twitch like aggressively. You were like, and it was like didn't even put it in. And then you got like a chili as well, which is like the easiest thing to make. Like, surely it's just heating it up. And I remember it being shocking. The rice was just like bits of a razor. It was so like hard, and the chili was just absolute trash. 80% of the time you'll get okay food. The other 70%, it's dog shit. But you go there because it's cheap and it's called Wigglesworth.
I want to compare what Wigglesworth is to Canadians, what it is to you guys. So we had this like chain department store called Zellers, Zellers, super random. It I don't know what it means, but everyone knew what Zellers was, and it was super Canadian. It was this store that was like, it was like a really shitty version of a Target. almost. I remember liking it. Like, I remember always going and having fun, and you could get anything. Like, it was like, you know, the renaissance of like department stores. The food section was like one of those nasty places that like people would change their like babies' diapers like on the table, and like it smelled, and everything was yellow. Like everything was just yellow for some
From the
reason.
baby shit.
Probably.
As much baby shit as they wipe off, there's just another load just comes spraying onto the walls.
It was nasty. It was like I don't even know how to describe it. It was like I would never eat there, but like I don't even know what food they had, but it was just so like, I don't want to say grungy because that's like too nice for what it was. It was like dingy, you know, just like I want to
like 2 levels away from a crack den.
Yes, or like below a crack den. Like it was like it was like dirty, and everything was plastic.
Wow.
And it was just nasty, and that's what the vibe of Witherspoons reminded me of, kind of.
The vibe of Wigglesworth. So not only was my tour of the west coast of the UK abysmal, I didn't even take you to a good Wigglesworth. Wetherspoons for people in the UK. I still think about that, by the way. I message Pam sometimes and say, I'm so ashamed of myself.
I get way more laughs out of cringy, nasty situations. Old Country Buffet in the States. I'm just going to summarize it because I could speak for like 17 hours of how gross this place is. It's just a chain of a really cheap buffet, like food chain, whatever you want to call it. They serve like basically plastic food, like Delissio pizza and like nasty milkshakes and like cornbread from like powder. It's just like, it's none of its food. And it's like $9, so like 3 or 4 pounds for all you can eat buffet. And that is where I witnessed people changing their babies like diapers on the tables. Someone was cleaning, it was probably Heath, but I saw a worker clean up feces from the walls of the bathroom when I was there. Like, it was so disgusting, but that's what made us laugh the hardest.
Leanna, you've gone to a lot of places with shit on the walls.
I know, too many.
At least my poo was in a perfect round sphere.
That's worse. That's worse. Why is it so poised? Why did you find such a poised poo?
I mean, I say I was ashamed by the tour, but if I took you to a nice restaurant and we went to some nice places, would we be talking about it right now? No. What do we even call it now? I was going to say podcast, but we've moved on. We bought podcast microphones.
I know.
And
it's been
didn't use them. Now we're just like, sort of like got my phone resting on a bit of sauna. If you want to come up with a name, that'd be great.
We don't have 0 followers. We have 2 followers, me and you, on our real accounts.
Okay, good. Because I was concerned someone was going to tune in for a second. You know, oh my God, are you going to cut stuff?
I mean, no promises, but I'm going to do my best.
At least you don't have an Ubuntu computer anymore.
Oh, Ubuntu, that's going to be my
I can't believe you got Ubuntu. I don't even know what the chances are. Like, I got given a laptop off one of my flatmates, not the one who took the poo, one who wore a kimono and listened to classical music in the shower. He gave me his old laptop. It was like an Ubuntu computer. I remember Pam just come in, like, being like, what is Ubuntu? Like, why? I've never heard of this before. She thought it was going to be like, it was going to curse me, like Jumanji or something. Like, you're stuck with Ubuntu for 7 years. I ended up leaving it in her house.
Wait, so you had an Ubuntu?
I had an Ubuntu.
We both
I got given an Ubuntu, and then when you said, oh, I've got this bullshit computer, it's like Ubuntu or something, I was like, what? How? Like, I don't, like, I can't believe 2 people in the world have had an Ubuntu computer and know each other.
I know. What the hell?
Anyone who's on an Ubuntu computer right now, you go into a prize drawer to win an Ubuntu mobile phone. What the fuck?
This podcast has been sponsored by Ubuntu. Can you imagine?
And Wigglesworth. And what was it? Zoiters, where shit gets sprayed up the wall.
And yes, it was an Ubuntu computer sprayed all over the wall.
Pound Town, which sounds like a hardcore pornographic movie. I'm going to Pound Town. Is that our name? Have we got it? Have we got our name?
Pound Town?
Pound Town.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
How much grime was on the bathroom tiles? Someone will rebuff to that.
Oh, and I'm all
100%.
for it for view.
Yeah.
Views.
Subscribe. If you subscribe and share, do what you want. You can masturbate live on air if you want. I don't care. I'm sure it's around too. This is my question. Would you let somebody into your home and they go to a corner of a room, you don't acknowledge them, and they just gently masturbate in the corner, and you just you just eat and watch Netflix? But like they buy your food, and they're just there for like 45 minutes doing their thing. Firstly, would you let that happen? And secondly, how much would you want to be paid for that?
Wait, like
by the way, I'm not pitching this as an idea that I want me to do. I'm going to come into your house and I'm going to watch you and Kyle. And I'm just going to gently masturbate my cock and watch Say Yes to the Dress, you know?
As if I would ever watch that show. Are you kidding me? Wait, do I know them? Or you mean like a stranger just like randomly walked into my house? Or
No, it's just a stranger, but he's very gentle. He won't acknowledge you.
Where did we meet?
That's what he thrives on. You're literally just watching television. He'll walk past the television. A what?
They just walk in, like, from my house, like we'd never talked before. They just walk into my house.
Yeah, you'll like prearrange to like leave the door open. He'll just walk in, and then he'll he'll stand himself in the corner, and you don't have to look at him. You don't look at him. No. You just watch Netflix, and he buys your food and gives you basically an open check. What's the open check? You're telling me you wouldn't let there's no contact. He even clears up the cum in himself.
Oh, okay. This is what it is.
That's a guarantee.
This is my problem with it. I would feel in danger because someone who does that wouldn't just be doing that. It would always be more. There'd always be like trying to get to the next step or trying to do more, or there's something else sketchy, or they're like some deviant in society. Like
you're so clever. You go into the psychology of it. I was like, I'd take 20 quid, and as long as they got a nice spread and I got asked a shopping list of what I wanted to eat, I'm fine. Maybe pay for my month's subscription to Netflix, even though who pays for it really? Come on. Pam was like, I won't even ask for the 20 quid. She's the fattest, thinnest person I've ever known in my life.
My thing is, like, I feel like if it was online, I wouldn't care because it's like, you're not physically present.
Well, like a Zoom meeting.
Like right now, like, you know, if, you know, our one amazing viewer that's
that's lucky because there is a man in the And why are you the £20, okay?
I want half.
Just so we're clear, I wouldn't go in and ask for 20 quid. I'm not that cheap. I would start high. Like 500 pounds.
$14,000. I would make sure Kyle's okay with it. And I would do it, and I'd make sure they didn't tell anyone, so that way it wasn't labeled as a fat lazy slut that didn't go to the gym.
And that's episode 1. You're the problem.
You're the problem. Hypothetical situations and hilarious questions that bring up great discussion of if we let random strangers be in the same room as us, depending on how much money they can give us and how many groceries or Camemberts they buy.
This can be a weekly segment. What would force you to do this vile situation?
Vile situations. I like it.
I think we should embrace our lack of editing skills. Yeah. I think it will be nothing but, I mean, it's a comedy, well, hopefully.
I was really good at the English accent, and then I lost it, unfortunately. Or the Kiwi accent.
She should be welcome to drink her own menstrual blood if she wants.
Anyone can drink their own, but don't shove it on other people and charge them $12. You know what I mean?
Me, the white man, has allowed her to drink her own menstrual blood. She may go forth and drink her own menstrual blood if she wishes, with my permission. Fuck off.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wiggle.
You're welcome. You're welcome, women. And that's how you get cancelled. Woo!
Woo! Why did it stop? Why did it stop? Did you die? Did you drink menstrual blood? Drew. No. What happened? Okay, well that's it. It's a great way to stay in shape. I don't know how to end this.